Hello, I'm Paul O'Kelly, editor of Dublin Champion, and here's my review of the Irish newspapers for Thursday, July the 18th, 2024. Three of the tabloids feature a front-page picture of the masked figure making TikTok threats against Sinn Féin leader Mary Lou MacDonald. The Irish Sun banner headline reads, "I will shoot Mary Lou for free." Meanwhile, the Irish Daily Mirror and the Irish Daily Star reports, both by Crime Journalist of the Year Paul Healy, note that the masked man, thought to be a convicted robber, has also threatened the life of Garda boss Drew Harris. The Irish Independent and Irish Times front page photos feature two pint-sipping prime ministers at Chequers. Taoiseach Simon Harris and his newly elected UK counterpart are raising pints of stout in Keir Starmer's official residence. On page 4 of the Indo, Gabia Gava-Vekati quotes the Taoiseach as saying that he's very keen to see relationships between the UK and the European Union improving, and they also discuss the controversial Legacy Act. Facing that page 4 report is Sam Bowles' picture of a Garda tent at the scene of a fatal car crash on the coast road in Baldoyle, North County Dublin. The main suspect, Gardaí say, is a 17-year-old prolific car thief, current location unknown. His victim, pronounced dead in hospital, was a 40-year-old pedestrian. The Irish Times reports that the recent pilot strike has cost Buswell's hotel, just beside Dail-adjacent, some €55,000 in cancelled bookings. General Manager Paul Gallagher does the sums. Now, I'm just a small hotel with 67 rooms, but if you multiply that across 20,000 bedrooms, you're talking about 20 to 25 million worth of lost business. Inside the Irish Times, there's a report from Miriam Lord, who's in fine form as always, and she's commenting on the controversial planning bill. Depending on one's point of view, she says, the Minister for Housing's bill is either a dangerous folly or an architectural masterpiece. The same paper carries a photograph of Michael Dunn, 73, who has been waiting more than 2 years for a wheelchair. "I just feel lost. I can't go anywhere," says Mr. Dunn, who has spinal stenosis. The HSE told the Times that the current waiting list for wheelchairs runs to over 3 years, a delay it blames on a pause in recruitment. The Mirror notes that in just the past 5 months, authorities have seized 3 times as much fake Ozempic as they took during all of last year. The former Fine Gael TD, pharmacist Kate O'Connell, told the Mirror that she was totally shocked to learn how the number had skyrocketed, adding, "You have no idea what you are taking into your body when you take fake versions of the famous weight loss medication." The same paper follows up on its earlier coverage of another seizure, this time of a record €22 million worth of crystal meth. James Lean and Nathan MacDonald were arrested in February and charged in relation to the seizure, but yesterday, in Tralee District Court, Lean was further charged with directing the activities of a criminal organisation, while MacDonald was charged with facilitating their activities. The Mirror Sport has news of Manchester United's £52 million signing of Real Madrid star Lenny Yoro. Sunsport, meanwhile, looks forward to Sunday's hurling clash between finalists Cork and Clare. Down in Leeside, Paul Dollery reports, Patrick Horgan's hurley is a brush that paints masterpieces. The Irish News Dollery notes that Horgan is just 2 points shy of Kilkenny legend TJ Reid's record 706 points from 89 championship appearances. The Irish News has a front page picture of a determined looking Rory McIlroy ahead of today's British Open golf tournament, and the rest of the cover is taken up with reports of a welcome given by all sides once again to the promised repeal of the controversial Legacy Act. Conley Young reports that earlier this year the Act actually halted an inquest into the killing of Seamus Dillon by the Loyalist Volunteer Force. And finally, a letter to the Irish Times challenges the idea of compulsory voting, an idea suggested by a letter published earlier there this week. In a letter headed Promises, the correspondent writes, "Perhaps we should start by making it compulsory for politicians to implement the promises in their manifestos. That's according to David Currant of Knocknagarra, County Galway, who signs off with an almost audible sigh, "I really am getting too old to be this naive." Well, just a reminder that we're going to be covering the weekend papers every Saturday and Sunday. More details in dublinchampion.ie. Do like and do tell your friends. Thank you.